had some technical difficulties. Hopefully you can see me. Doesn't say I have anybody on here yet. So I'm just getting this together. Let's see. Hello, hello. Okay, let's see if anybody joins in. I see Chrissy, hello. It does say I have one person watching. It took me a second. Okay, so usually I go through StreamYard for this. But it's like StreamYard, I guess, is down or something. I tried all of my different ways of getting onto StreamYard. I tried my phone. I tried the iPad. I tried everything I could think of. But StreamYard, I guess there's some kind of error right now since the server's down. So here I am. This is my first time going live on YouTube from my phone. I didn't think I could. So I'm really happy that it turns out I can go live from my phone. This is perfect. I figure this will actually make it a little bit easier for me to just go live straight from my phone, just like I do on Instagram. So I am here, and because I had all the technical difficulties, I didn't get all my stuff together. But I have some stuff I'm going to share with you guys today, and then I am going to be working on a project. So I'm going to continue some technical stuff. Let's see if I can get this. I'm on a tripod that I don't usually use. So getting that all worked up. But let me know what you guys are doing. Oh, I have a friend. There's my friend. This is Little Man. He is the resident cat of this household. We only have one, and it's him. And he loves sitting in this chair in the yarn room. So that's nice. I need to go get some coffee. And I need to get some stuff together. So I think I'm just going to like take you guys with me, and get myself some coffee and get started. So let me know if you guys are still drinking coffee. I know it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon, but that's just how I roll. And I always need, lots of coffee. So we're going to take a little trip. And I'll show you guys, this is the yarn room is starting to come together. But we still need some different furniture. So, you know, at some point we'll figure that out. But time to get some coffee. And the captain's in the kitchen. Hey.
Don't you have something better to be doing with your life?
No, I don't. I have nothing better to be doing with my life than being on YouTube. I had problems on here. StreamYard was giving me a 404 error. So I got to go live straight from my phone, and it looks like I can, so that's cool.
Without using StreamYard?
Yeah.
Oh, fancy.
Super fancy. Okay.
Don't be surprised if they take that away, too.
Yeah. Who would take it away?
They.
They. Okay. Coffee is gone in the microwave.
I think that was my coffee, actually.
You didn't drink any.
Yet.
I'll make you some more.
No, it's fine.
You got a little in there.
It's fine.
I thought it caught a gnat, but it didn't. There's no gnats in the coffee. Okay. Oh, all right. Get myself a little shot of almond milk. Let me know how you guys take your coffee.
Like I like my women.
Yeah. Wasn't asking you.
Weak and deluded.
Ooh. Wait, what? With a little bit of crazy. A little bit. Just a little. Okay. So once that heats up, I'm going to get my coffee, and then I do have a new project that I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. That
I got a project I'm fixing to share with these guys too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What?
Listen along.
What? Sorry. Are you serious? Hey! Hey! I am So sorry about that. Give me just a second and I'll get out of here. Can you not wait? Like, that's so loud.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize you were doing something.
Yeah, really loud. Give me just a second and I'll go back in the room and you can do whatever you need to do. You could have done that all morning.
5,
Nope.
4,
Stop.
3.
This is my life. I'm leaving. Give me just a second. Let me get into the room first.
1.
No, please. It's so loud. So loud. I'm going. You're probably still going to be able to hear that in here, but let me see if I can shut the door. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's a little bit better, and so sorry. That's the husband. That is the captain. Oat milk for you, Chrissy. Okay, yes. Yeah, so I use almond milk. I haven't used oat milk. I go with the least amount of sugar. So I've been trying to cut out sugar. That shouldn't be going on for too long, so I apologize. We're still working on the house. We have living room furniture coming on next Friday, I think, after Thanksgiving. So we got the living room painted, and there's a front closet in the living room, and it's actually the tallest closet we have. So like, it's going to be the only place where we can hang long items. It's like our coats are going to go in there, and probably the few dresses that I own. But the bar was like really close to the front of the closet. So like, when you shut the door, you were going to end up hitting the edges of the coats. So we moved the bar back, and he has to cut a hole in it, and that's what he's doing right now. And of course he knew I was going live. He knew I was going live, so planned it out and wanted to be loud. He likes to be noticed, and this is how he gets noticed. So that's the captain. He didn't know. But yeah, so I finally have my coffee. And he did the second cup today. This is only the second cup, so that's not too bad. Got my little stickers. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys something. I made these a really long time ago. Probably 3 or 4 years ago. And I wanted to ask you guys what you thought, if you think I should make a version of these as a pattern, because I made them for myself and I haven't made any since. And I actually didn't take any notes, so I'd have to figure that out. But these are like extra long leg warmers. So, and I'll show you guys. I got some new joggers, and I am obsessed with joggers, by the way. These, like, that have, like, the little thing. Yeah. But, let's see. I'll show you how these go on. Okay, they're kind of tight. Probably need to make them a little bigger. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Probably didn't have socks on. There we go. But I wanted them to be tight around the ankle. And then you can pull them up here and squish them like that. So that's what they look like. I'm not 100% sure how I would like do the measurements though. So I guess it would just be up to having some testers. Or do it like made to measure kind of thing, because they're very simple. I think it's just maybe I'll do ribbing down here instead of, these are single crochet, and then all this is half double crochet, and then single crochet again. So maybe I would do ribbing on the top and bottom, but that's what they look like. So, you know, I don't know. I've never done a leg warmer pattern, so I found them in a big bin of stuff that was just like forsaken in the closet. That's what the move did for us. Found a whole bunch of stuff that, you know, I can't get rid of it. Like, I probably should wear these for like some of my little photo shoots and stuff, but, you know. So yeah, but these are my new leggings. Super excited about them. You're not gonna be able to see them, but they've got like the band. They've got pockets. They're pretty, and then they've got the little band. So show and tell with the new clothes. I don't know if any of you guys shop on eBay, but that has become my 100% go-to for clothes, because I'm really, really picky about my clothes, and sometimes it's really hard for me to go shopping in person, and I'll be out like 3 days in a row and come home with one pair of pants. So if I can find a brand that I really, really like and a style that I like, then I can just look on eBay, and like I can look at the measurements on eBay and stuff. So that's been really fun. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you think I should turn these into a pattern, you know, I thought that might be kind of cool for like some Christmas stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna see. Wanted to make sure that I don't miss any of the chats. Okay. All right, I think he's done. Maybe. We'll see. Okay. So, what I've been working on, if you don't follow me on Instagram and you didn't see my last post, then I can share with you my newest make, which is called the Tough Puff Vest. And I have a couple people that are speed testing this for me right now. This is my first time working with We Crochet. So We Crochet and Knit Picks, I guess they're like the same company, but it's like the crochet website and the knit website, and technically they sell all the same yarn that I know of. I think so. And they sent me some of their Tough Puff yarn, and I made a Tough Puff vest. So I just got done with the vest. So I'll show you guys the vest. Now this is a design that I was working on last year. Let's see. And I used We Are Knitters wool. And you can see I just like wove my ends up into this so that I could take a picture of it. So yeah, I haven't woven them all in yet, but I'm getting there. But yeah, so this is the vest. So you can see it's very cropped. That was my goal. I haven't made anything super cropped, and I was hoping that that would help me get approved for the design because I wouldn't need as much yarn. So that was part of that design decision. I only needed 400 yards to make this of the super bulky. So this is the hood. It's nice and oversized, which is what I wanted since it was cropped. I wanted to have a nice big hood. And I have the nice striped colors down here. And then I did change up the bottom border changes to orange because I actually ran out of pink. So changed to orange around the back and then did pink again around the front. So this particular design is actually going to be released through the We Crochet / Knit Picks website. It will be exclusively sold there for a certain amount of time. And then after that time, I'll be able to put it in my own Etsy shop. But I'm really excited about it. I'd always wanted to try this yarn. It's the brightest wool that I've found. So, you know, I've bought wool from like the Crazy Sexy wool from We Are Knitters or from Wool and the Gang, and then the wool from We Are Knitters. Very similar to this size. It's a super bulky size 6, but they tend to be a little bit more on like the earth tone side of color. So they might have like a fuchsia, but it'll be a darker fuchsia instead of this super neon pink color. So that's really what drew me to this particular brand of yarn from We Crochet. So yeah, that's what I've been working on the past couple of weeks. And like I said, this only took me about 400 yards of yarn. So it's a pretty good one. You know, even with the larger sizes, you're not going to add too much. I think I added about 2 inches of width, and I only added 2 extra rows as it got longer. So it's still very cropped. But if you're experienced with crocheting, if you've done my Luna cardigan, it works up very similarly. So you could actually make the panels longer if you wanted to, you know, if you wanted a longer vest, because the hood will be the same. So really excited about this one. I have to submit it next week. So I'm not really sure how long it takes once I submit it for them actually releasing the pattern. I don't know that yet. So I'll have to find that out from them and actually get a release date for the pattern. But really excited about this one. It was really fun to make. And I need to let the cat out because he is not happy. Here you go. Go on out. Go. cat got locked in when I was shutting the door because Matt was making all the noise. Okay, so what else am I working on? And I need to turn this off because it is. There we go. I had something playing on the computer, so it was distracting me. So I'd love to know what you guys are working on. Before I let you guys know, I have one more project that I'm working on that I'm actually going to start crocheting while I'm on here. And we can chat about other stuff. So let's see. Oh no, I think I might have left it downstairs. Well, that's okay. I can make another one while I'm on here. That works. Okay, so let me find some yarn. Let's do a fun little mix. I think I have enough of this. Okay, let's see if you guys have seen this yarn before. This was one of my favorites from Lion Brand. It's the Woolies Thick and Quick, but I love this colorway. I think it's really, really, really pretty. Chrissy's making a custom mushroom. That's awesome. Like a plushie or like a patch. And working on Christmas projects. Yes, I need to do an entire YouTube video about Christmas ideas, like Christmas project ideas, because ever since I released the craft show bundle, the craft show bundle is awesome for presents because you've got the gloves, you've got the hats, you've got the scarves. So like it's all these different items. But I want to go through some of the patterns that I've released and talk about, you know, some of the ones that I think would make really good presents. And I feel like I need to do that soon because, you know, some of my wearables would be nice. Like I know the Tonks hoodie, that's what's behind me right here, has been a big one that people have gifted, you know, to like their kids or their grandkids. And, you know, we got to start on stuff now. Is that UPS? Yes, I think UPS is here. We've been getting lots of deliveries. I think it's just being in the new house and we're buying stuff for the house. The bundle is awesome. And it's a plushie, a mushroom plushie. How big is it? So like, is it like little amigurumi or is it a really big plushie? And the bundle's awesome. Been making some of the stuff from it. Yes, so that's what I think it's perfect for Christmas gifts. Because it's such a range of items. You have some people who don't like scarves, but then you've got hats and then you've got gloves, you know, so you kind of, and then you got a headband, you know, so it's easy to make sets and stuff and fun gifts. I wanted to show my chat. Another cloudy day started a hexagon blanket that need to make leg warmers. Exactly. Yeah. Do you guys like these? Should I make a pattern? Because it's chunky yarn. I mean, this is a size 6 yarn. This was Michael's Cozy Wool when I used to buy that a lot. But they're really long and I just thought it would be kind of cool. I don't even know where I don't know where I seamed. I guess that's a good thing that I can't find my seam. I'm using velvet yarn, so it's 6 to 7 inches. That's a pretty big size. Like that's a good size. That's a good size plushie. That'll be fun. I haven't made a plushie in so long and I don't even know where they are. Like I wish I could show you guys. Because I could have sworn I kept at least one of my, I used to make little unicorns and I don't know where they are. Pattern please, yes. So like I said, I need to figure out where my seam is. Like I said, I guess that's a good thing. I can't find my seam. I feel like that's where I tied it off maybe. Oh, there's the seam. Yeah, you really can't see that. And I don't know if I turned, it looks like I did half double crochet and single crochet, maybe. It's really hard to tell. So yeah, I'll start working on this because I want to do this and I want to do maybe like some of those boot socks just to have like, and maybe it'll be both because this is, you could make the boot socks and then just make them longer to make these, but then I don't know. I also don't know how often I increase or decrease because obviously this is a lot longer on this side than, I mean, wider than on this side. And you can see I ran out of yarn. So this one is all one color. That's all one color for that leg warmer. But yeah, so I need to get on that because I think that would be really fun. Okay, I've got my big, huge freaking yarn bowl. And I'm going to put some yarn in here. I have written up all of my notes for this new pattern that I'm about to start working on. And spoiler alert, it is chunky slippers. Super chunky slippers. I'm holding 2 strands of yarn together, and I want them to have like a faux fur cuff around the top, but they're going to be low ankle slippers. But yes, I'm going to hold 2 strands of yarn together. And I do have to figure out, I do need to measure them and figure out sizes, because I don't want it to be like a one size fits all. I do want to offer the size range of like a 6/7 up to, you know, like a 10, 11, or 12 or something. I need a new pair of slippers. Yeah. Let me know if you guys have like a favorite slipper pattern already. When I first started crocheting again, so this was grad school. This was 2011 is when I really started crocheting again for the first time after high school, because I learned in high school. And I need to find a crochet hook. So I'll use one of mine. Okay, let me know which one I should use. Okay. This is all of our 10 and 11 hooks that we have left. So my options, I'm really glad that we have these left, because this is really fun to get to choose which one I want. I don't even know if I have a 10 in here. You guys bought up all my 10s. I do have to say, you guys buy up the 10s really fast. That's an 11. Yeah, I don't know if I have a choice. I was going to give you guys a choice and let you guys choose which hook I use. But I think my only 10 is the pink. I get to use hot pink because that's the only 10 left. Yep. Oh, and I'm not using a 10. I'm not using a 10 for this pattern. I'm using a 12. So there we go. I will have some options. But I only have one 10, and that's the pink one. That's crazy. We gotta get on that. We are going to be releasing new hooks soon. Okay, so let's see what we have in the 12s. I have hot pink. I have mint and purple. Hot pink, mint, and purple. Let me know which one I should use. And I'm going to sit them here for now until someone votes. First person wins. Hot pink, mint, or purple are my options. And then I will start working on my slippers. I think mint would go with this. Purple. Chrissy wins. Okay. In case you guys didn't know, the purple hook, this one is in my Etsy shop. It is the only 12 millimeter long boy that I have left. So if you've been wanting a longer version of my hooks, we did these as kind of a one-off to try them out and decided against adding extra length to the 10s, 11s, and 12s unless it's custom. So I'll show you guys the difference. Here's the difference in sizes. It's not a very big difference. So you can see that's the height difference. It's just enough to where if your hands are a little bit larger, this is a nice size. But we were concerned that if someone with smaller hands used this and held it way down here, it's just adding more tension on this shaft of the hook. And we don't want them to break. We don't want that to cause that leverage to be off and for that to become weaker. So we decided to keep them shorter for now, unless someone asks for a custom. But this one's still in the Etsy shop. So if you've been wanting to try one of our longer ones, you can purchase this one still. Okay, so making slippers. These are really easy. I was a little concerned about making slippers because, as you guys know, I don't like complicated patterns. I don't like writing complicated patterns. I want them to be as close to one piece as possible. I don't like sewing things together, you know, so I am all about that easiness. And actually, I start with a magic circle. So when I first started crocheting again in grad school, I started making, and I think I still have the pattern. It was knit. It was a knit pattern. and it was for like grandma's slippers. It was something like that, or nanny slippers. It was a pattern for knit slippers. There were 3 or 4 sizes, so like the little bitties, not for babies, but like size 6/7, all the way up to like men's larger sizes. And I started making those, and I used bulky yarn. So I used homespun. That was my go-to because they were really soft and they felt a lot more like socks. They were ankle style slippers. And I remember this was when I left grad school and I took on 2 kind of part-time whatever jobs. One of them was coaching tumbling at a dance studio. And then right down from the dance studio in the strip mall, this was actually in Auburn when we were living in Auburn, Alabama. Right down from this dance studio was a little boutique called the Blue Shoe. And I visited the Blue Shoe, and I can't remember what made me ask for a job, but I wanted to see if she was hiring, and she was hiring some, just sales associates to work part-time. And so I was able to work out my schedule because the 2 shop owners, the studio owner and the shop owner, knew each other. And I would work at the dance studio and then leave the dance studio and walk right down to the boutique, and I would work at the boutique. And so I did that for a while, and she started asking me if I wanted to sell some of my crochet stuff because she knew that I crocheted. And I was like, well, that's kind of cool. It was the first time I would ever have put my stuff in a shop. And so I said yes. And the rest was kind of history there. I would make little stuff. I made little brooches with the little pin on the back. Like I made little flowers with a pin, and I made some bracelets with little buttons, and all of this was out of homespun. I think that's all I was using at the time because I could find it at the Walmart, and it was fairly cheap for like a lot of yarn. And I can't remember if I actually had slippers in the shop, but a lady came in and she ordered, it was a custom order for like 12 pairs of slippers. And for me at that time, that felt insane. Like that felt like that was way too many slippers for me to make, but I was really excited because I'd never had a custom order like that. And it came through the boutique, and the boutique owner decided she wasn't going to take any of the cut of the profit, even though that person would not have found me without being in the boutique. And I just thought it was such a cool experience. And I made all 12 of the slippers. They were different sizes. I need to pull up my instructions for this so that I get it right. Okay, there we go. All right, so brain break. I did my magic circle, and I'm going to be half double crocheting. Let's see if I can focus on this. There we go. Half double crocheting 6 into the magic circle. And this is for the size that fit me. And I wear a size 8, so I would think that this would be like a 7/8, maybe. Yeah, so made 12 slippers. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, see, that was too many. There we go. Tighten up the magic circle. I made 12 slippers and sold them, and it was cool, but then I was like, I never want to make a slipper again. I don't know if you guys have had that experience where you just make too many slippers. Or make too many of anything. There was a point after craft shows where I didn't want to make any more hats for like the whole year, even though at that point I kind of needed to, because you have to keep up with demand and keep making them. Okay, so finished my first round. That's 6 half double crochets into the magic circle, and now I'm gonna do chain 1. Oh, or is it single crochet? See, I wasn't even reading. I'm supposed to do 6 single crochet in here. I'm so obsessed with half double crochet though. That's why, because I use half double crochet for everything. This whole vest is half double crochet, except for the final border row. Okay, yeah, I just need a little more coffee. Okay, now that I have more coffee, maybe I can follow my own instructions. I don't know if you guys write patterns or take notes for things that you make, and then you like either can't read them or you wrote something down wrong, or I don't know. I feel like I always do patterns, new patterns and notes like while I'm watching TV. Not always a good idea because I feel like I end up writing things down wrong. Okay, so I need to get 6 single crochet stitches. Let's see, that's 4, 5, 6. So I really wanted to do, I wanted to do some smaller patterns for Christmas, and that's why I thought slippers, because again, it kind of flashed me back to back when I was making those slippers, knitting them back when I was knitting. And I loved that little pattern. I made gifts for so many friends and family with that little slipper pattern. And you know, a lot of my crochet designs are based on knit designs because I love the look of these chunky knitted items. And I feel like that for me was kind of missing from crochet. So when I first came into crochet, I saw like the very light and airy projects, summery projects, you know, intricate projects like the super intricate mosaic crochet or patterns and things like that. And I really wanted the simplicity and the chunkiness of those just basic chunky knit sweaters. And the same thing with everything else, the cowls and the slippers and all of that. That's what I wanted with my crochet patterns, is I wanted that essence of that basic chunky knitwear. And that's why, you know, with this one, I thought about slippers. I really wanted it to be reminiscent of that original pattern that I followed to make those slippers in 2011, you know, so back when I was still knitting. Okay, so my next row, I'm gonna single crochet, then increase around the loop. I do think I'm gonna try to do a video of this one. I've been trying to do YouTube video tutorials of any of the items that are smaller that I can manage, you know, to make in one sitting, because I'm not a huge fan of editing videos on YouTube. Some people are really good at editing, not on YouTube, but I use iMovie. Some people love doing that, but I'm not a huge fan of having to edit videos. So I'd rather just kind of do it all in one sitting, if at all possible, or close to it. And I'm pretty sure these slippers are going to be like afternoon slippers. You know, you can make them in just a couple of hours, which is great. That's my kind of pattern, especially for gifts. You know, when you're making gifts for people, it's nice when it's not going to take forever. Okay. Yeah, I think these are going to be fun. And it probably will be made to measure. I feel like I just need to show how to measure as you go, because with these, we're making the toe. So like this little circle is going to like fit over the top of your toe, and then it'll form around your toe. And then you'll just make it as long as you want until it hits like the top of your foot. And then you'll do the rest of it, which will go around the back, and then you sew up the heel. So it's pretty cool. All right, so I should have 9. I can't tell you guys how good it feels to actually be crocheting again. It's been a lot moving into this new house, and it's like every little moment that I would have spent crocheting, I'm spending cleaning something or painting something or reorganizing something. And I haven't had as much time as I'd like to just sit down and breathe and design. And I think it makes me realize how much I really do love designing crochet patterns. It can be frustrating, but it's such a good way to just kind of relax and do something that feels creative. And chunky, and I think I missed this earlier, chunky yarns are nice to work with. They have a good feel. Yeah, and this is double stranded Thick and Quick. And I feel like Thick and Quick, it's interesting because it has the wool content, but I would always have people tell me how soft it felt. at shows, like at craft shows. And that made me really happy because I was always a little concerned that people might be turned off by the fact that it had wool in it. You know, or again, you know, some people have wool allergies and things like that. I'm a little sensitive to wool, and unless this is right up against my skin for a period of time, you know, for longer than a few minutes, then I don't have any issues with it. So if I make a sweater out of this and it's right up against my skin, and I try to wear it for more than a couple hours, I wouldn't be able to do it. You know, it would start to get a little itchy. And even this, so this is 100% wool, this one. And let me see if it's, I think it's just regular wool. I don't think it's merino. Let me see. Yeah, it just is 100% wool. So this is up against my skin right now. This is because I have like a tank top on, and it is kind of like now I'm starting to kind of feel a little itchy right here. This does not want to focus on me. There we go. Starts to get a little itchy, but it's not too bad. Like I've had it on this whole time, and it's not to the point where I feel like I have to take it off. Chrissy says, I've always wanted to try designing, but the sizing just overwhelms me. Yeah. So sizing is interesting. There are a lot of designers out there, and Chrissy, I know you test for me, and I don't know if you've tested for any designers who do this, but a lot of designers do made to measure. And, you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but I feel like as a crocheter, that was daunting for me. I would not have wanted to try to make something based on my own measurements. I don't know why. It just felt like it was going to be too complicated for me and I would get something wrong. I just wanted the designer to tell me how many stitches in a row. You know what I mean? Like if I'm this size, then how many stitches do I work, you know? Instead of measure yourself and then make your chain until it's that long. Because I don't know if you guys know, if you make a chain that's a certain number of inches, as soon as you work across that chain, it's not going to be the same number of inches. So it takes a little finagling to figure out how many inches you need. And so for me, it feels more complicated to try to make a pattern that's made to measure instead of just saying, okay, let me look at the gauge math, you know. And that's something that's interesting that I've really found to be very empowering once you figure it out, because there are some very easy formulas that are super simple, like with this vest. So this vest, and I had to update the gauge on this vest. If anyone's testing this vest and watching, this vest, the gauge for this vest is 5.5 stitches for every 4 inches. So all of my gauges for the chunky stuff are 4x4. Let's see, these are my little gauge swatches that we make, that we print. So I use these and I just put it up on the swatch and I count how many stitches. This one is 5.5 stitches per 4 inches. And so if I divide, I'm going to pull up my little calculator up here. 4 divided by 5.5 is 73.73 inches. So every stitch is 0.73 inches. So if I made the size small, so the size small across the back panel, you make the back panel first. The back panel is 24 stitches wide. So you have to do 24 half double crochets and then you do the rows. So it's 24 stitches wide. So 0.73 times 24 equals 17.5. So technically my vest should be 17.5 inches wide. And that's great for a small, because 17.5 times 2 is 35 inches. So, you know, if you've got a range of like 33 to 35, then this vest is a good size for that. So I'm like a 32, so it's perfect. And it gives me a little bit of space, you know, if I want to close it up a little bit tighter. And so figuring out the math has helped me a lot, and it's empowered me to feel like a better designer. Like I can provide a little bit more specificity to the sizing. And then I use Craft Yarn Council. So if I figure out that this, you know, 24 inches is 35 in diameter. I can go to Craft Yarn Council and get their measurement pages. So they have like what size is standard for each size. So like a size small, I think the standard is 32 inches. So if I was off, then I could update my pattern to make sure that it's right. So if I had the size large at 24 inches, you know, and 35 inches around, I would say, oh, that's way too small for a standard size large. So I'm able to kind of adjust my sizing and make sure that it works. But it also means it forces me to take my time with these patterns. Now this was the exception, this vest. This was my first design that, not only did I collaborate with a yarn company, so We Crochet reached out and they were asking for submissions for vests. And I've always wanted to write this vest up. I actually have another vest that I made that looks just like this with the big hood that I made, and I never wrote the pattern up. And I'd always wanted to, but I wanted to wait until I could make it like super colorful. So when they reached out, I got really excited. I submitted my idea, but I didn't realize, or I guess I knew that there was a deadline, but at that time we didn't know if we were going to be moving. And so, you know, went ahead and submitted it, got accepted, and the deadline really creeped up after the move. So this one is on like speed lane to get, you know, over the finish line. But this one is based off of a lot of my older patterns. So once you have some good patterns under your belt and you find the construction techniques that you really like, it's easier to kind of fall back on that. So for instance, when I was trying to figure out how big the armpits needed to be for each size, I was actually able to go back to my Ludo pattern. So the Ludo Sweater is the newest one that I released. If you guys haven't seen it, I've got it over here. I'll have to show you because I haven't worn it in a minute. I was able to go back to the Ludo Sweater and look at how wide I made the armpits for it, because this one I also had to sew up the side. So there's my side seam that went up here, and you had to leave an opening for the armpit. And I actually remembered one of my testers telling me, hey, you need to make the armpit a little bigger on this size. And so I knew that this had really good sizing for the armpit hole, for the armhole. And so I was able to just go with those sizes for the vest. I was able to just go back and be like, oh, these are really good. These work for that size. Here we go. Oh, there we are. So the Ludo is my first reversible sweater. So the back is the gold, and you can wear it either way because the ties, and I've never untied this. So I just leave it tied the way that it is. And that holds it up, you know, right where I like it. So that's nice. But yeah, so I was able to really kind of fall back on my older patterns because I knew that some of those sizing and techniques that I used, you know, I was able to just kind of combine them. And that made it a lot easier for me to feel like, you know, even though I'm not able to have as many testers as I usually do, that based on the gauge math and the measurements and some of my older patterns that had been tested very well, I feel confident that this pattern is still going to be a very good pattern, even if I had to rush it a little bit more. But usually, you know, now that I understand the math and all of that, it kind of makes me take my time when I'm doing something new. This was a totally new technique. This sweater, creating the V-neck, having this. So this one, you actually work the sleeves from the bottom up to about here, and then you work them from here down, and then you sew them together right here. So you can actually see this one. I should have knotted it on the inside, and I didn't. But I connected the bottom half to the top half right here. So it's a totally different technique. And for that kind of stuff, it's really, really important for me to have a lot of testers to make sure that it's clear and understandable, and that, you know, I don't lose anyone, especially since these are supposed to be beginner friendly. You know, most of mine are beginner friendly. So I haven't made very much progress. It can talk for me. But let's see, this is 1, 2, this is the third row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12. I should have 13. I do have 13. So you can start to see this is the toe. So this is going to go over the toe. Let's see. I think this is going to be a really fun pattern. And I do have some faux fur yarn, and that's going to go around the top. I also want to make a faux fur sweater. So that's going to be interesting. I don't know if I'm going to do a faux fur sweater pattern. I thought about it, but fur is just not beginner friendly. It's not, I mean, if you're just starting out, like, you can't see your stitches, you know? So how am I going to photograph that? You know what I mean? Like, there's no way for me to photograph what that's supposed to look like. So I think that I'm going to make a faux fur version of one of my other sweaters. And I would love to know what you guys would like to see. So I'm thinking it may be a Luna, but I've already made 3 Lunas, you know, so I don't know if I want to make a faux fur version of the Luna or not. I thought about the hoodie. I thought about the Tonks hoodie, but I need to make sure I have enough yardage, because I don't know if I bought, you know, the Tonks has the hood and the pocket and all of that, so I don't know if I have enough yardage. I may have to make a smaller one, like the smallest version. I could make, I don't want to make a Granger because I don't want to do ribbing. Like, I don't want to try to do ribbing with faux fur. I don't think that would be very fun at all. What else could I make? I don't know if I want to make a Trelawney. Yeah, I think it's either going to be a Luna or a Tonks. So I'd love to know what you guys would like. Let me show you so you can let me know what you think. It's going to be really pretty either way. But this is the yarn that I'm going to use. So I found it on sale at Ollie's. And it's really soft. But it's got flecks of like the golden orange. So they had another one that was a little more of like the brown tones, but this one was just calling my name because I just love those orange golden tones. So let me know what you think. If I should do a hoodie or if I should try a Luna cardigan or Tonks hoodie. Because I need to figure that out and make one. The captain is making all kinds of noise today. Now he is blowing leaves out right in front of the window. Okay, so my next row. All right, so the first 3 rows are increases. So I'm up to 13. And I'm thinking that I'll need to add 1 more increase row if they're making a larger size. But for me, this is the last increase row. And then I'm going to do rows 4 through 7 are just going to be 13 single crochets around. So that's pretty simple. So I'm interested to know, you know, because of COVID, we really haven't had a big Christmas in like 2 years, you know, and I had my surgery right around Christmas time last year, the year before last, 2 years ago. And so that kept us from seeing family. And then COVID hit and we didn't go to family for Christmas last year. And because we were living in Georgia, we didn't really have any close friends or family that were nearby or came over for Christmas. And even like Christmases before that, you know, when we would go to see family, I would put up a tree. But that was about it. I didn't go crazy because like nobody came over. So I didn't want to expend all this effort making the house look crazy Christmassy just for me and Matt and then have to take it all down, you know? But now that we're back in Alabama, we actually have a lot of friends and family. And, you know, I don't think we're going to go big Christmas because we are kind of still watching the numbers and we want to make sure that everybody's being safe. You know, I don't think we're not going to go to like a packed house for Christmas, but we might have people over, you know, we might have, you know, some friends might come see the house, you know, because it is new and we'll actually have living room furniture by Christmas, hopefully. But I kind of want to go crazy. Like, I kind of want to buy Christmas couch pillows and Christmas, you know, the hand towels for the kitchen. I want to buy Christmas stuff, you know, decor, and I'd love to know if you guys, do y'all go crazy during Christmas? Are you decorating much this year? Are you having people over? Do you decorate for Christmas at all anyway? It's just interesting. I was thinking about that the other day. I had to go to Home Goods, and Home Goods is one of my favorite places aside from the craft store. So I really love going to Home Goods and finding, you know, just kind of random stuff for the house. I love organization, and the fact that we downsized in this house. I'm having to do a lot of organization. Like, it's a challenge. It's a challenge to try to fit everything in the spaces. We've decided that we're probably going to drive to Memphis to get IKEA bookshelves for this room. Because it's just so much less expensive. Like, we could put bookshelves on every wall in this room, and it would be like a fourth of the price of buying stuff on Wayfair. So we're like, I think we just need to road trip it to Memphis. And for anyone who, there is an IKEA store in Atlanta, but they haven't had stuff in stock for months. Like, they haven't had Billy bookshelves in stock, at least according to their website, in a long time. So that would be closer, but they don't have as much in stock. So we were looking, and it looks like we'll have to drive all the way to Memphis, but we'll be able to really outfit. Like, I have always wanted that dream yarn wall, you know, and I kind of need it in here because we don't have any other shelving except what's behind me over here. So I've got one of these Calyx bookshelves, which is from IKEA, and then just some, you know, like craft show bins. But yeah, we may do that. But I was at Home Goods, and I know I ramble. Thanks for anyone who's listening, and you know, I see I've got still 9 people hanging in here and hanging out, and thanks. I hope I'm at least somewhat entertaining. I haven't had a lot of people commenting today, so taking over the chat. But yeah, I was at Home Goods to get dog beds. So our dogs used to be 100%, almost 100% indoor. They were indoor all the time, and our dogs are big. So if you've been following me for a while, you've probably seen them. We have a 75-pound Shepherd mix, and we have a 50-pound Rottweiler mix. And they're great dogs, but they're huge. And this house is so much smaller. We decided it would be better if they were outside a lot more. And we have a wonderful covered front porch, which is where their old beds are. And, you know, it's dry. And, but we did decide that it's getting cold, and we want them to come into the basement when it gets really cold. And so we wanted to get them new beds in the basement. So that way they have their outside beds and they have their inside beds, and they can come in at night. So that's why I went to Home Goods. And in case that is one of my little tricks, like if you guys like pretty dog beds and like the ones with the removable covers, so I can unzip them and throw it in the laundry, and then I can take them out and put them back around the thing. And large ones, like big ones, like the XL size dog beds, Home Goods is awesome. So like they're usually anywhere from 30 to 40, sometimes 50 and 60, depending on the pattern. But these are those big dog beds where you can, like I said, unzip it and wash them. That's where I get all their dog beds now, is Home Goods. And they've always got, I've never not been able to find one. So Home Goods for dog beds. And while I was there, you know, I started seeing all this Christmas stuff, and I don't know, it was like an overtaking feeling, like this overwhelming feeling of like wanting to decorate for Christmas this year. And, you know, growing up, Christmas was a big deal. You know, like my parents loved to decorate, and my dad always decorated the tree like a crazy person. I mean, he was kind of like the Griswold family Christmas. He would wrap, we always had a real tree, we never had a fake tree. And I don't remember going to get one. I think one time we went out and like cut down our own tree, but I think most of the time he would just go somewhere local and get the tree. I don't have the memories of like picking out the tree really. But he would wrap our Christmas ornament, the lights, around every branch. Like he would start, I don't remember if he started at the top or the bottom or what, but he would take those lights and he would wrap them around every branch, down and back and up and down. And it would take him like a whole day just to put the lights on the tree. And then we would decorate, and we always had like the special ornaments and the old ornaments and the nostalgic ones. And it was just great. And he always played Charlie Brown Christmas. And like the Charlie Brown Christmas, I'm missing all of these. I'm missing all my comments, you guys. Okay, so not a fan of made to measure patterns. Love my Ludo. I know you'll be able to wear it soon, at least for a little while. Tonks hoodie and Sherpa. Yes, so that's what I should do. I should make the Tonks hoodie. 9 watching and only 6. Yeah, give me some thumbs up, guys, if you want to, and make sure you're subscribed if you want to subscribe. Okay, so I think you can order shelves from IKEA's website. IKEA shipping is a total nightmare. I don't know if anyone has tried, but they'll cancel your order. It won't show up. They've canceled our order twice when we've tried to order online. They just cancel the order. I mean, we get our money back, but I wanted my stuff, and then they don't send it. Let's see. Ramble away. Thank you. Yeah, the crochet and chat. That's the point, right? That's the whole point. I know sometimes I feel like I don't have a ton to share, but it's just nice to connect with you guys and say hello. And, I feel like my crochet friends are awesome. And it's just nice getting to come on and spend time with you guys. Let's see. Have you checked Amazon shelving? Yes. So the problem is we really do want the tall shelves. So I'll show you guys. Let me turn it around. So this is the Billy bookshelf that is in here right now. That's the Billy shelf. And that's kind of what we're going for, because I can still fit something on top of it, but it has all of that cube storage. And Amazon has some that's maybe similar to this where it's shorter. And I guess technically you could stack them, but it's still going to be more expensive than if you just go to IKEA and get the Billies, because the Billy bookshelves, the one that I just showed you, is $39. And okay, so Matt just called me, so I think it's time for me to hop off. But yeah, so those are $39. So I know it's going to be cheaper to just go, to go to IKEA. So that's why I did look at Amazon. I looked at Wayfair, and I think we're just going to make an IKEA trip. And we should just get a whole bunch of stuff. I was like, let's get a few extra bookshelves just in case. Kathy, you are entertaining, just answering emails. Glad you're settled in, dreaming a cozy Christmas. It is. I think that's what it is. I think because moving into a new house, it's really hard to get it to really feel like home. And, we're getting there. We're getting there. It's feeling a little bit more like home. But it can be hard, like you want it to really feel homey. I was on your live page waiting. Oh no, Jamie. Oh, yes. Okay. So by the way, yes, if anyone, and that's probably why I have less people on here today. I'm going to start going live straight from YouTube, because StreamYard, I couldn't log in. Like, it just giving me a 404 error. And so the live stream that everyone was waiting on, it was through StreamYard, and I couldn't log in. And so I tried on my iPad, I tried on my desktop, and nowhere was, it just said 404 error, like a Google error. And I didn't have time to try to clear my cache and restart everything, so I don't know if it was StreamYard or me or what. But I was like, well, let me give it a try straight from my phone. So I'm just straight off of my phone on the app. That's probably what Matt was. Oh, yep. Sophia, that happened to me. I waited for 10 minutes, then I found this live. Yes. So I think I'm just going to start trying to schedule these and go live. I didn't think I could go live from my phone. I was under the impression that I had to have 1,000 subscribers to go live. StreamYard, and you can load it on YouTube. Yeah, so that I couldn't get into StreamYard at all. And if I go into YouTube, they don't support Safari, so I can't do it on my computer because I only have Safari. But I tried the app on my phone and it let me go live. So I'm just going to go live on here. And I think that I should be able to, Jamie, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I know. And I didn't have a way to update it. Like, I couldn't even update that feed because I still couldn't get into StreamYard. So I couldn't update it or delete it or any of that. But yeah, I'm going to try to schedule these through YouTube, and then, Yeah, I'm going to schedule them through YouTube and then go live on my phone, because this seems to work easy. I was missing some of my comments, but I can see them now. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do moving forward. I'm going to go live straight from my phone. I think it'll be a lot easier. I didn't think I could, but I can. So yeah, I think that's everything. I'm going to be live on Instagram on Friday. Deb goes live today at 4 p.m. Central Time, so you can go check her out. And I have moved all of my 12 p.m. all of my lives to 12 p.m. Central. So since we're now in the Central Time Zone, the 12 p.m. time is still my favorite time to go live. So I'm going to be live this Friday on Instagram at 12 p.m. Central, and then I'll be live again on YouTube at 12 p.m. on next Tuesday. So I'm hoping that I'll have a finished pair of slippers to show you this Friday and next Tuesday on the lives, and hopefully I'll do a call for testers soon for these, because I'll need, all of my lovely feet sizes to test. But I think that's everything for now. So I'm sorry if you guys were waiting and you couldn't find me. Like I said, next time, hopefully, if I'm just going straight from YouTube, the app, it'll be easier and I won't have any of the technical difficulties that I had today. And also putting my pattern on Ravelry on my live. Okay, so it looks like Deb's Crochet Cafe, Debbie also has a pattern that's going live. So yeah, so check that out. But yeah, I think that's everything for now. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Drink plenty of coffee or tea or whatever you'd like. And if you ordered a Christmas mystery box, we are almost ready. The last thing that we are waiting on are the Christmas mystery hooks. We are through with the first coat on all of them. We are sanding them currently. We're sanding them right now, and then we're going to put a second coat. We had 34 boxes for our Christmas mystery boxes. So really excited. And I think that our next mystery box is going to be for a St. Patrick's Day. So I think we're going to do a St. Patrick's Day mystery box, because that'll be really fun. I think that'll be really fun when we have ideas for the hooks. So with clovers, I mean, we'd have to put clovers. Oh, and I forgot your puppy's name's Clover. Yes, so definitely clovers, and lots of leprechaun themed stuff. So we'll see what happens. And Jamie, I know you are just having not a great day, and I'm sending all of my love and positive thoughts your way, that everything gets better. I know things can get really frustrating, but don't let anybody get you down. Nobody. You got all of your friends. Not testing the slippers. I understand. It's cool, I'll just give you the pattern. How about that? I'm gonna make your day better. But yeah, thank you guys all so much for joining in. I appreciate you guys more than you know. And I will see you guys live on Instagram on Friday, and again next week on Tuesday. And until next time, happy hooking, everyone. Have a great rest of your week.